Hi Capricorns, welcome to your December 2017 readings. Happy holidays to everybody out there. These are coming out a bit later. It's just been chaos, people. It's chaos. It's like the final countdown of Saturn here. I am a Sag, so I got a Sag Mercury as well. This is Sag Mercury time. Today's December the 3rd, so I do believe Mercury went into Sagittarius, and it is retrograde. This is my energy. So welcome to the club, people. Hopefully everybody's doing well. I'm going to be trying to cover homework and relationships. I did a few videos, I think it was like a week and a half ago. I was on schedule, and then life happened. And I was doing Capricorn's video, and I had to stop midway through, and it's quite odd because those of you that watch my channel know that my father's a Capricorn. I'm pretty close with my dad. And I brought it up with my dad, which was like, Capricorns have been quite, I don't know, like, I know two males, and I've been around a female Capricorn, and they've been quite intuitive lately. But with my father, he's like telepathically messing with me, which is a little odd. I'm going to say that. But in the middle of your reading, my sister had gotten sick that day, and she had gotten lightheaded. She basically, she's gone to the doctors, not sure what it is yet, but she was losing her vision, and she almost passed out. And in the middle of your video, I had started getting lightheaded, and I felt sick, so I had to stop the video. And I wasn't aware that at the same moment, my sister, that's when she was having an episode, where I'd phoned my dad, and I was talking to my dad about it, and my dad actually said that something similar happened to him and his sister when she was around. She's no longer with us. But I thought that was weird. He was saying when you're close with somebody, the bond that you have with them, you can sense things from a distance. So it was like I was like my body was feeling things without me being aware of it, which was quite odd. But thought I'd share that with you, Capricorns. You guys have been quite intuitive lately. It's just odd the way things are happening between, for me personally, with me and my father. Because he knows things before they happen, and then I'm knowing things before they happen. And Capricorns do this thing where when you guys are impressed or you're happy, you like smirk for a split second. It's not a permanent smile. It's like a smirk. You're pleased. That's how I know, like, my dad is aware that there's some sort of, like, weird thing happening right now, which would make sense for Capricorns because I'm waiting for the cards to get interrupted. Because Sagittarius is your 12th house. So I've said before that Sagittarius and Capricorns tend to have a weird connection. For me personally, Capricorns can channel. They channel quite often for me. My dad will channel just the regular conversation we're having, and like whatever problem I'm having, he solves just from a conversation. I hope I do the same for him. I'm not sure if I do though. But yeah, Sag is your 12th house, so it would be like it would make sense that you can telepathically like communicate with Sagittarians, especially if you're like they're family oriented. That connection's quite strong usually. The cards don't seem to want to get interrupted, you guys. There we go. Okay, we'll pull that one out because it was sticking out. Okay, so in relationships, keep in mind they come in all forms. They come in the form of coworkers, family members, friends, siblings. So take what applies to you. The first card we have is the Six of Wands. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Ten of Pentacles. The Two of Cups. We have the World card. I'm picking up on a Cancer energy, and the number 21. It could be 3, because 2 and 1 adds to 3. So there could be some significance with those numbers, maybe in 3 months, 3 weeks, 21 days. And then the Four of Cups. There is a Cancer energy here, which is coming through as like ancestry. It's like getting a message from above. I'm not sure why that just came through. I'm getting that with the World card for some reason. When I'm looking at it, I'm seeing like, I'm getting Cancer, which Cancer, everybody associates it with home and family, but Cancers are associated with ancestry as well. So it's like in some sort of way, you're going to be getting a spiritual message through your ancestry, which would make sense right now due to Sag being with Mercury. It's actually quite, that's kind of like a placement where they're quite weird. But it's a very blunt, truthful. It's Sag, right? So it's truth coming. Communication is Mercury, but it's spiritual as well, right? It's also Cupid's arrows. Sag Mercury is Cupid's arrows, but it's an energy of mixed with communication where you'll hear it, see it, and feel it. So it's not something that you can deny. It's not like in earth energy where you got to start making, you got to put everything else, like you don't have the feelings. You might hear it, but then you need to apply logic and facts to it. With the Sag Mercury happening right now, it's going to be something you hear, see, and feel. So it's kind of like, it's something that you're not going to be able to deny. And it'll have some sort of attachment. Like the sign will be something, it'll be something that has meaning to you that you won't be able to deny. That's what I'm getting. It will be a message. It'll be fast. The universe is going to supply it towards you somehow. I'm not sure what that means. It might not be for all of you, a specific few of you out there that were close with somebody that passed on. Or it could even be coming through somebody you have an emotional attachment to. So it doesn't have to be like a romantic person. It'll be somebody that you care about. But you do have a strong emotional attachment to this person. They'll provide clarity. So they may channel for you somehow. What we have happening in your relationships is, okay, the energy that is happening, it's going to be quick movement, which could mean like a lot of like, I'm getting the word hiccups happening, but not like in a, it's kind of like I'm getting, you're going to be getting a lot of, so it could be like somebody coming over unannounced to you. So you're going to be getting a lot of people even phoning you out of the blue that you haven't spoken to in a while. I'm also seeing it might not be for all of you, but it could be just one or two of you out there. I am seeing some, it could be for a male that's watching. You might be getting some drunk phone calls from other male friends of yours. You haven't talked to them in a while. They might phone you up out of the blue, but they might have been drinking. It could even be like a sibling. It's kind of weird. It could happen for a lady too. Maybe like somebody's going to call you out of the blue that you haven't spoken to in a while. It could be a little, somebody, it's either you or somebody around you might be a little emotionally off balance due to somebody that's passed away that they miss. some, because I am getting ancestry, emotional attachment, and spiritual signs. It could even be synchronicities happening. And you guys, I'm getting that you're going to be quite intuitive. I'm also seeing that when these things occur, like I am seeing like the Capricorns doing their smirk. That like you only smile. Uh, it's like a little side smile, and it happens for like a split second when Capricorn does it. So like if you're watching for a Capricorn, I don't advise doing that. I know I'm getting that. I think there's a cross watcher for a Capricorn. Um, the way I read, I don't tend to read where like I do my best to like harness in on messages that need to come through for the viewers, and I do uh, block out negativity before I do my reading, so I don't tune in to specific things. Um, if you're cross watching, that usually backfires, so you got to be careful about that. Uh, I do see a lot of joy coming in, Capricorn, okay? But with the Ten of Swords here, I'm seeing... Okay, I'm seeing for some of you, you're going to have to watch your partying around the holidays. Things could get a little out of hand with if you're drinking, okay? If you're a avid drinker, you want to cut back on that because that could be causing problems in your romantic relationship, it is saying. For others of you, I'm seeing in the relationship sector, you're a little stressed and overburdened. And it could be due to those of you that celebrate the holidays with all the stuff that you have to do, especially if you're a mother and you have children. And this is quite stressful for parents trying to make the holidays the best they can for their children. Uh, what the cards are saying, though, Capricorn, is if you're concerned about like gifts and things like that, I'm getting the Muppets Christmas movie. I don't know why. That's so weird. Okay, but what I am getting, Capricorn, is what the cards are saying, what you need to be concerned about around Christmas time is okay, it's the memories, the moments. It's like to ensure that your concern is going to the right areas. Okay, because some of you might have it in your mind that Christmas has got to be a certain way, or that the holidays have to be done a specific way, and like you might be going a little too big. It's like this. I'm seeing one of those like what do you call those Russian dolls? I forget the name of them, where you pop something, they one out of the other. They just keep, you just keep popping them out one after another. So it's like, like you're pulling a rabbit continuously out of the hat here, and it's like just ease up a little bit, Capricorn. You don't have to go overboard. It is saying that what matters is that the family's together, you're bonding, and like okay, doing things more like baking the cookies together as a family or the whole family helping out, like because that's making memories and it's laughter in the kitchen. It's time to joke and, like it's to ensure that you're not to be concerned about the materialistic things and actually enjoy the family time together. I'm getting that for some reason. If there's been problems in your romantic relationship, it's saying it's due to um, well, for one, it's either past betrayals, okay, so that you keep playing over and over in your head, okay? Two, it's because somebody is emotionally withholding. Like when I say one or two, it's like one or two mean a different option here. Like this is what I'm just getting from the cards, the different scenarios. I'm definitely getting somebody's emotionally withdrawn. So like it's like bringing back the romance, all right? So it's like doing something silly, like I always say Capricorns and Cancers, and it's weird, Cancer came up in the beginning of the video too. Capricorns and Cancers, I find to be the most hilarious. I really do. Like, I'm not sure if that's because of my placements in my chart. Like, I have 4 planets that sit in Cancer. I also have a Jupiter Capricorn placement. But I do find, and Capricorns and Cancers are partner signs too, I'm pretty sure. Uh, but I do find those two to be the funniest. So there's something here about getting your humor back. I feel like Cancer has some sort of importance to you, and I can't seem to pick up why. What I am picking up with it was a strong. I'm picking up ancestry, and I'm picking up partnership, which means like a strong bond with whomever this person is. So it could have been like a sibling, a mother, a cousin, a close friend, somebody you're now separated from that's no longer in the material realm. So like no longer in the physical realm. They are around you spiritually though, and I do believe you're going to get signs notifying you about that somehow, and for each of you it'll be different. Um, just know that this person's watching you, and they are protecting you. Any problems that are occurring in, I feel like it is close relations. So this could be, and I'm picking up for some of you, it's not even you, it's like problems with people that live in your house, but they may be having problems with other family members or friends or something, coworkers, something. This person is highly stressed. They're like overworking themselves. This could be a wife, a husband. They're overworking themselves. They're stressed and they're overworking themselves because they're trying to provide. I am getting this like trying trying to make it like the holidays. It's about gifts. Like this person's overworking themselves for gifts, trying to make it so that it's a good holiday for everybody. And it's just maybe you want to, it's either you doing this or the other person doing this. And you just kind of like want to maybe watch, what's that Christmas movie with the spirit of Christmas that come? The little Timmy's in it. And I forget that it isn't not coming to me. My mind is blank, people, when the camera's on. I got nothing in my brain. I swear, it's so weird. It's like camera comes on and I'm like a deer in the headlights, where there's nothing in here. Uh, Scrooge is in it. Is it called? It's not called Scrooge. I should know this because I watch it every year, but I don't. People. Again, camera's on, so I'm blank. Uh, that you might need to watch that with the family just so like everybody's on the same page. Maybe you don't even have to say anything. You know what I mean? Capricorns, you're gonna be quite intuitive. Like, I'm also feeling like when you walk by a TV, or you flick the channel on the TV, it's like the perfect sentence is going to be on, or like a scenario is going to be on, playing in a show where like it's going to have meaning, or you're going to be able to apply that to what's actually happening into your life. It's like you're going to be getting synchronicities here, and they're going to be quite strong. It's not going to be something that you can deny either. I'm feeling if you're having problems in your relationship, romantic wise, everything's going to work out. It's going to be fine. You don't need to worry about that. But what you do need to worry about is the communication, right? Because what the problem is that communication is too aggressive. So it's too masculine. So if you're a female, it would be saying that you're coming off too aggressive or too masculine, which would mean it's like, okay, it's like there's nothing wrong with, establishing boundaries or being strong, but true strength comes from being vulnerable as well. So the cards are saying what needs to happen is there needs to be some vulnerability. If you can't be vulnerable, then there's fear, and that's a fear you have to get over. And the only way you're going to get over it is by actually doing it. So, I mean, there's no easy way out of the situation. Uh, if you're not going to be vulnerable or open yourself up, then there's a chance here you're just going to hurt yourself. And if it's with your spouse, so somebody you're married to, then you have nothing to fear by being vulnerable, okay? Because you're together. So it's not like, it's not like it's somebody you just started dating or anything like that, like you shouldn't be fearful of that. It is saying that. I do feel like there's going to be some closeness with some people that are going to surprise you, like some family members that you haven't spoken to in a while. What we have coming in at work, the energy you got is you're quite burdensome, all right? We have the Ten of Wands, which is um, there's this energy of making mountains out of molehills here. Uh, I feel like for some of you that are superior, so that you would be like a lead hand, a supervisor, a manager, okay, somebody in a position of power, okay, you're overwhelmed due to some coworkers that are emotionally off balance. And I'm getting the full moon, so this could have happened around the full moon. Um, it could be the you have some people that you have to well, I don't want to say discipline, but you have some there's some shadiness. Some people trying to do some underhanded tactics, and I feel like there's some innocent bystanders in the process of this happening, and like you have to deal with it, and these people are doing it out of jealousy. Again, I'm just getting messages, so like I can't, and it's a general reading, so I can't, like, for all of you. What I am getting from the cards, it is saying, okay, these people that you have to deal with, I feel like somebody's like gone after somebody, because I'm seeing a snake bite. Okay, so it's like the person that you have to deal with, okay, has attacked another person. And the reason they've attacked this other person is because the other person, okay, the person who's attacking is coming from a lower vibration, which means they're operating out of animal instincts, which means that they're in survival mode, which means that they're threatened by this other person due to finances. So they feel threatened by the other person. So it's almost like they're being territorial. So I don't know if you hired somebody that's new and they got attacked by somebody else, and you now have to deal with that other person. The new person got attacked due to it's coming through as survival. So like the new person is basically, okay, it's basically like a zebra, okay? Um, Zebras are quite magical. They're very intuitive, but they stand out because they have white and black stripes. So they stand out. The only time that they don't stand out is when they're in a herd. The other predators cannot pinpoint that a single zebra, because all the zebras, when they're in sorry, a herd, they camouflage in together. They blend in. The lines of all of them combine, and it kind of like messes up the vision for any predators. So they can't single out a zebra, a singular zebra, uh, which is a weird message. But I feel like Capricorns, you're like a giraffe. We're getting weird here, people. It's okay. I got a lot of Aquarius in me. You're like a giraffe, okay? And if you notice, a giraffe has a really long neck, right? So, which would imply they're spiritually in tuned more because their necks are so long. They're higher up to the sky, and they got those two little antennas on them. I'm gonna call them antennas. I don't know, they're not antlers. I don't know the specific name. Feel free to put a fun fact down there. Learn something new every day, right? I don't know what they're called, but if somebody does, leave a comment. I'd appreciate that. Uh, but that gives them the ability to be in tune with the spirit. And giraffes have foresight. They can foresee things before anybody else can because they can see surpast anybody. The only time that a giraffe is vulnerable, and this is interesting, is when they bend down to get water. Okay, giraffes can't the way giraffes bend down is like their legs just go straight out and their necks come down. So that makes them vulnerable. That's the only time that they're vulnerable is when they're drinking water. And water is its symbol is emotions, which the Two of Cups here and earlier I was getting. If you were having any problems, it was due to vulnerability. And this could stem from somewhere along your life, depending on how old you are. You might be more sheltered and closed off due to the fact at some point in your life when you were vulnerable, you got attacked in some manner, and this has made you closed off. And you can't be like that, okay? Because like what I am seeing is that you guys are going to be like giraffes, which is like you're going to be quite spiritually in tuned. And if you want to say the fifth dimension, or you want to say telepathic, you're going to know things beforehand and you're going to see synchronicities. So you have nothing to fear. Trust your instincts as well. I am seeing if you are a manager, though, this other person was a zebra and they were not in a herd, so they got singled out somehow by a predator. And I'm seeing this predator being a snake. It's actually coming through as more of a narcissistic energy, but narcissist gets thrown around quite a bit. So it is a snake. So this whomever this zebra is got bitten. And you're the one, of course, Capricorn's the one that's got to deal with it. If you're not one of those people, then you need to ensure that, okay, the cards might be saying that you're a zebra, so you stand out. That's what it's saying. When you're not in your herd, you stand out. You're either the giraffe or you're the zebra. And, you know, Capricorns can sometimes, I find it with men, but I do see it in some women too. Generally speaking, when they're older, I see it when they're in their 30s and 40s, is they get a little closed off, and it happens with every sign, every person, due to, you know, life experiences. Capricorns tend to have really big hearts. Okay, this is why I associate you with a giraffe as well, because the giraffes have one of the biggest hearts. And again, what makes them vulnerable is when they reach down to go get the water, which spiritually or metaphorically speaking is emotions. The cards are saying it may be like you need to emotionally open up. It may be hard, but this is the time to do it. For others of you at work, it's saying that you have options. You got a few options here. For some of you, it's a little bit of a burden picking one. What you need to keep in mind, Capricorn, is that if one thing doesn't go, okay, because you're stressing out about it, if one thing doesn't go right, you always have another option. So it's not the end of the world. Okay, so don't worry about it. Some of you, it's at a distance. Okay, and then some of you, something's going to just fall right in your lap. It's weird. I'm seeing like a turkey wishbone. It's like you're gonna get your wish. I don't know. So careful how you word it. How you word it is everything. At work, for some of you guys, ensure that you're not getting drawn into gossip. I feel like you could have some gossip around you, some haters. And Capricorns, you want to be aware of anything that you're trying to hide, okay, or anything that anybody is trying to hide around you. I feel like there could be some emotional manipulation. I'm not sure what side it's coming from. I am getting like some secrets. I am seeing the moon. So emotional manipulation, anything that could even be tactics. I'm getting tactics, the word tactics. I'm not getting anything else coming through with that word. Any underhanded tactics? Could be you, could be somebody else. I'm not sure. Again, general reading. That's going to come to light. So you want to ensure that you're doing things by the book, which shouldn't be hard for Capricorns. You guys know the rules and you wrote the rules. Okay, so what we got coming in at home is, well, we do have your energy. And we got the King of Pentacles. I feel like for some Capricorns, you're going to be like the glue that holds the family together. There could be some chaos. Okay, so you're feeling it, which means that for you ladies, would it be saying that you may need a spa day, or some sort of fun day, uh, just to chill and relax. Give yourself a little bit of a break because the holidays can be quite stressful for those of you that celebrate it. The family is going to come together. I do feel like that. I feel like you do have one person around you that's not satisfied. Okay, Capricorns, if you're not satisfied, again, it's coming through as emotions. Somebody's not satisfied and it's due to emotions. There's a harshness here. Okay, so there needs to be open communication about things that have hurt you or hurt the other person. You guys got to move past it. There can't be holding on to grudges here. You have to express your thoughts, your concerns, your worries. Some of you have been keeping it in for a long time. And my concern is Capricorns, okay? As much as you're going to be telepathic or spiritual or connected with the divine, however you want to say, whatever it is you believe in, whatever God you believe in, you have one person around you who is going to pick up on all of it. There is one person around you that can see through everything. So you want to be careful because, again, I am getting anything that's hidden will come to light. And this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody because Jupiter and Scorpio are sitting together, okay? Scorpio sees what's hidden and Sag sees the truth. And they're going to be together for a year. So within this year, it doesn't matter how slick somebody thinks they are, they're not going to get away with it. And then especially with Saturn going back into Capricorn, there's no chance in hell, no chance in hell anybody's getting away with anything. All right, so you want to be careful. Anything hidden will come to light. So anything that anybody's done to you in the past, gonna come to light. All right, somebody may have even tried to do an underhanded tactic to they used emotional manipulation against you. And I do feel like it was a public forum. Public could be Facebook. Yeah. For somebody, it was on Facebook. You had somebody that seen through and cut through the truth. So somebody like, and I'm seeing the smirk again, like Capricorn smirking, where like you didn't even have to do anything, and the person like got called out on their ish. I mean to laugh, but that's pretty funny. If there's dissatisfaction at home, it's due to communication and overthinking things. It's assuming. You can't assume things. It's also Capricorn. There's a sense of perfectionism coming through here, and it's like letting things roll off your back a little bit. Okay, because it's understanding and it can be quite hard for everybody. This is not just Capricorns, everybody. Okay, the way you love is different than the way somebody else loves. Okay, so you can't, just because you think things are supposed to be a certain way, or love is supposed to be shown a certain way or given a specific way, it's not true. Okay, we're all raised differently. We're all from each, okay, there's nurture nature that comes into play, but there's also, your zodiac sign, the stars that you have. It stems down to like the way you were raised from your parents, the way they express love rubs off on you a little bit too. So it's compromising here, okay? And it's also trying to see through a different set of eyes, okay? Because compromising doesn't happen until you can see through a different set of eyes than your own. And to solve problems, you want to see through as many set of eyes as you can. Hmm. And what it's saying not to do in your relationship is to give up hope. Okay, so to think that everything's ended. So if you're going through a rough patch, it's saying not to give up. Okay, and it's saying that what's going to fix it is the emotional bonding. Okay, and it's 50-50. It's a partnership, okay? It's not a relationship. Okay, so if there's problems occurring, it's because you're treating it as a relationship. And in relationships, they're different than partnerships. Relationships are an exchange. Okay, so it's either for money for sex, or it's time for money, uh, sex for time, like in a partnership, it's 50-50. Okay, in a partnership, it's like, okay, in a relationship, it's like, we're going to use a stereotype here because stereotypes still do exist. It's like the man makes the money, so when he comes home, he doesn't have to cook or clean or do anything. He can just sit down and watch TV, and he gets served hand and foot. Okay, that's the way things used to be. All right, nowadays women make money too. Okay, so if you're with somebody and that woman is making money and you're making money, but you're both coming home and she's doing the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry and everything else, but you're both working, well then, okay, it's not an equal exchange, which means it's not a partnership. Okay, in a partnership, it's 50-50, so they both do the same things. All right, so if there's problems occurring, that would be why. It would be like saying, when you come home and if the wife's cooking or if the husband's cooking, because there are men out there that are good men that do cook, and earth signs tend to be those type of men. They are the providers, all right? They will cook. They will bring home the bacon. They will go grocery shopping. They do take the kids to the soccer games. Okay, earth signs generally do that kind of stuff. What it's saying is to be more, even the score out, all right? You got to even the score out. One of you gentlemen have a woman around and she's keeping track of things. Or you could be the one keeping track of things. Okay? And it's saying it's not to do that. In a partnership, it's equality. Okay? If you're keeping track of things, then it's a relationship. You want to turn it into a partnership. Partnership builds. And it's undestructible. It's saying at work what not to do is to have your head up in the clouds. Okay, so it's saying that you may have some people around you that may be putting on a good front, but they don't mean you well, and they will be emotionally off balance, and you'll see that. It's also like, I feel like you guys are going to be like the giraffe, like I was saying. So you'll have foresight and you'll foresee it, and it'll be a person who's pretending like they didn't do anything. You're gonna, like Capricorns, you're gonna be able to tell. Keep your head down and just do you, Capricorns, all right? It may piss some people off, but it's a them problem, not a you problem, right? And then what it's saying not to do at home, you have the Empress for what not to do. And that's a little, I do feel like this ancestor that's passed on, I'm feeling like it's a mother. Because normally when I always pull the last cards that I pull are for what not to do, because, I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask. It's extra advice, you know what I mean? And generally speaking, I get clear messages through it, but I'm not getting this as what technically what not to do. I'm getting it as a person, and it's a mother. So it's like some of you could be drowning your sorrows of somebody you missed. It could be a mother that passed away around the holidays, and you may be using alcohol as avoidance to deal with the emotional baggage that you have left over from it. So you might not have cried it out, Capricorn. Uh, it's saying not to be sad about the person leaving, because they are around you and they are protecting you, and they're going to give you synchronicities. My throat's getting choked up too. I feel really sad. They'll be giving you signs and clear signals um, that they're around you, watching you, and it'll be similarities. You'll know because it'll something about similarities, something that happened to you that's going to happen to somebody else, and then you're going to know. Like, it's not going to be just a coincidence, Capricorn. You're going to think of it as just a coincidence, but it's not going to be. All right, Capricorns, hopefully that helped you out. Don't place too much burdens upon yourself. The cards are saying you need to have fun. Okay, you're being too serious here. So this means popping out some games around the holidays, whether it's a game of chess, trivia. Okay, definitely play some chess if you're overthinking, because Capricorns, you are thinkers. You do need to apply your mind just as much as you do need to apply other things. But you are thinkers. So those of you that can play chess are probably pretty good at it. Crib, I'm getting crib. Is that the game? Crib or cribbage? Even a friend, when the family comes over, a poker, y'all playing a family poker game. Instead of wagering money, wager favorite desserts or something. I don't know. Make it fun, though. It's talking about having fun. All right, you guys. Hopefully that helped you out, and I will talk to you next month. Namaste, and ciao for now.